Right, you join us today in the Fiat 500, complete with teddy bear ornaments, rubbish. This is Destiny's car. Right, we've got no clutch. Destiny's got no clutch. Now, what symptoms have we got? Right, so we'll start it in a minute. The clutch pedal does feel kind of like there's not a lot there, doesn't it? I've looked at the clutch fluid. The clutch fluid's low, but not run out. So we'll try that. And basically, you can start the car, but when you go to put it in gear, it's just... So you've got... I've tried pumping it a couple of times. Sometimes that gives us something. Okay, so let's be careful here. We've got no clutch. So if I try and go in reverse... Oh, we're in.
Oh, it does.
A couple of clutches, a couple of pumps. There we go. So we've got it. We got it. So we just... So try that. If it doesn't work first time, try a couple of pumps. So we think it is... So we'll go and have a look at Fiat 500 clutch. We'll have a look at where the master cylinder is, and we'll have a look at if you're having problems with your clutch. Look at that. I don't think I've miraculously fixed it. So let's just have a look at it and check it over. Oh, well, yeah.
It's a bit knocky.
You can drive a car without a clutch, but it's kind of scary. I was going to do a demo. Let's see if we can do a demo driving a car without a clutch. Right, so let's try. So if you want to put it in reverse, say, if you put your clutch down and it just goes, oh, it's going. But just say you went to put it in and it's going. I'm not pressing the clutch now. You get that grinding noise. What you can do is you can turn the car off, put it in reverse. I'll do it right, and you can start it. Take your foot off the brake and it will start and go backwards. Let's see if it'll do this. Oh no, it's not what I've got. You've got to put your clutch down for the switch, but it'll sort of, you can do that. Now obviously our clutch is working again, which is weird, isn't it? Right, but let's go and just give it a check over in the workshop. We put some clutch fluid in and it was fine, and I said, oh, I don't know what the problem is, because obviously there's two main components to the Fiat 500 clutch. There's the master cylinder where you push your foot and it shoves a column of fluid down this pipe. So there's your master cylinder, and there's a pipe coming out of here, and that's the reservoir, that's the master cylinder, and it shoves a little slug of fluid, that's the way hydraulics work, down the pipe, and then the slave cylinder is located under the battery under here somewhere, and we might be able to see it moving actually. Go and press the clutch, Destiny, see if we can see it moving. You can see it under here, and you can see it actuating. Let me see if I can find out where it is. If you look down between the battery, if you press, you can see there's this little rod here, look. You see it moves it in and out, look, and again, you can see that little arm there. So the clutch is working now, but if you are so it could be your slave cylinder when your clutch isn't working, it could be your master cylinder, but it turns out on the Fiat 500, 90% of the time, if you're losing fluid, it's actually where the master cylinder circuit joins the slave cylinder circuit. They've put this little joiner in. Let me get the torch in the right place. Okay, and what it is it's this little bit under here. So this is all part, this comes, I'll put a picture on the screen. This comes when you buy a slave cylinder. Now at the moment, you can't buy them in the UK for love or money. They're all going wrong. But it's actually this joint here. And if you look, you can see there's some fluid on it. If you go and press the clutch, Destiny, let's see if more fluid sort of oozes out of it. But there's some tricky sort of joinery. Hold it down. But basically that is leaking the fluid. So over time, it's come out. Now we are going to try, and you could replace it, but I'm not sure whether it's the sort of female end on the slave cylinder that comes with this pigtail here, or whether it's the other one. So we are gonna just put a joiner on it. So we are gonna pull that out of its little holder, which shouldn't be too hard. It should just come down, I think. There you go. It comes complete with its, popped out with this little holder. And we are gonna cut the pipe just past this bit here and just past the other side there. We're gonna cut the pipe. We need to get a nice sharp pipe cutter, and then we're going to try using a hydraulic pneumatic joiner on it. Right, so it's got a little clip here on the end because it holds it in a little cradle. So So that releases that end, and I guess they've got the same on the other end. So that's the little cradle, look. And you can see how they work there. And that obviously stops the connector coming apart because it's got both ends gripped in. And you've got this little thing here that holds it up in the chassis. So that's the clip. Now, you know, whether we can work out how to disconnect this, I don't think we need to. I think we're just going to cut it off. So we've got to cut it off. We don't, you see the diameter changes here. We need to get it where it's uniform diameter, but we don't want to do it on the bend. So I'm going to try and cut it as close as I can. Yeah, right, I've got the junior hacksaw, which I reckon is going to be the...
You're going to get clutch fluid all over
I'm going to get clutch fluid all over my face. There we go. Right, so that's that bit, and there we go. We'll get a pot and we'll collect this fluid here. Okay, well, I've got enough room to... Okay, right, so where's he gone now? He's disappeared. Right, so can we get that? We've now got to join that and that together. So I'm just trying to check there's a burrs. I might just get a little file on the end and clean the burrs up. I've got getting those. Yeah, that's the worst of that one done. Right. Right, okay, right, let's grab that fitting. Oh, well done. Right, so this was 8mm fitting, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Right, and this... The pipe's quite rigid, so it's quite easy to react with force. Alright. There we go, you have to move the light a bit there, so let's have that. Alright. There you go. Right, and that's that. Now we could put that little clip back, can't we? Gotta put him back in here. And I can get both of those things open. Clip him around here. Right, what I'll do is I'll dry it all off because we need to see whether that's leaking. So let me dry it all off. We've clipped that back in. Destiny's clipped that back in. And we've just tried the clutch and it's fine. Just try the clutch again, Destiny. We've got no signs of any leaks now. Now you can see the sort of pipe flexing. We've got no sign of a leak. Now let's see. We'll put it back down on its. Take it off its axle stand. We got it on the jack and the axle stand. And let's see now if it if the clutch works okay or whether we've got to bleed it. Moment of truth. Have we got a clutch biting point? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good. Try forwards. Forwards. We got the handbrake on. There you go. Yeah, so we'll try that, but it's looking good. So that's a quick fix. So it's an 8mm joiner you need. Now, there is some debate. That is a pneumatic fitting, not a hydraulic fitting. So there is some debate. I certainly wouldn't ever do that on a brake line. Where the clutch is less safety critical. Now, some people are using a brass compression fitting. I'll put a picture on the screen now of a brass compression fitting. Now, this has got O-rings in it, and it's whether the hydraulic clutch and brake fluid is compatible with those O-rings. Now, we could use a silicone brake fluid, but I think we'll be all right. So Destiny only does a little drive backwards and forwards to work, and there are other people selling this as a fix. And it's mainly because you cannot buy. We were tempted to do it properly and take it apart. And in fact, let's take that fitting apart. So here we go. Here's the split. You can see the split. So the split is in the outer, which is joined to the slave cylinder. This, I believe, is the master bit coming down to the right of the picture as you look at it here. So it looks like there's this You see there's this little diagonal split line here. It looks like maybe that's... I'm trying to work out how you would disconnect these two if you wanted to replace them. This up, but this plastic bit here seems that I can sort of pull that. I don't know if, but whether this is the right way of doing it or not, I don't know, but we'll work it out one way or another. Come on. Is that going? That. So there's a sort of, but it looks like it's intentionally made with that diagonal split in it, but that hasn't really helped us any. It doesn't look like, does it? That is, do you reckon they corrode together? I'm going to put it in the vise. Right, I've put it in the vise. I've tried to twist it. I've tried to compress it. I thought maybe that white collar there was to stop it going in. Maybe you have to push it in to pull it out. I've tried squeezing it in the vise. I've tried everything. That quick release connector, and Destiny's done some reading. It looks like it's only meant to be put together once. And people are saying you've got to buy a new clutch and master cylinder and slave cylinder when you get a problem with either, because the join is not rejoinable. So we'll have a go with that. We'll let you know how it goes. But right now, Destiny looks like she's on the road. Yeah, not a cool bit of design, that.